Hello dear students, welcome to the YouTube channel. Now in this video lecture, we are going to discuss about a very important question that has recently come in JEE Advance. The question is, let f of x is a function which is defined as following. So f of x is defined as whenever x is non-zero, so the function at that time is x square into sine pi by x square, and when x is equal to 0, the function is f of x is equal to 0. Then we have to tell which of the following statements is true. Statements are like that: f of x is equal to 0 has infinitely many solutions in interval this 1 by 10 raised to power 10 comma infinity. F of x is equal to 0 has no solution in 1 by pi to infinity. Third option: the set of solution of f of x is equal to 0 in the interval from 0 to 1 by 10 raised to power 10 is finite. And the last, f of x is equal to 0 has more than 25 solution in the given interval. So this is the question which we have taken from JEE Advance 2024. Now let us see the solution of this. So moving on to the solution part. So function is given as x square into sine of pi by x square whenever x is non-zero, and whenever x is 0 the function is defined as 0. So in this particular question, it is given that f of x is equal to 0. We have to calculate f of x is equal to 0 in the various options we can see, because in all the options he's asking about f of x is equal to 0, f of x is equal to 0, right, in all the options. So more or less we have to calculate when is f of x is equal to 0, right? So whenever x is non-zero we are considering, okay, whenever x is non-zero the function is defined as x square into sine of pi by x square. Okay, it means this is equal to 0. So f of x is equal to 0 means x square into sine pi by x square is equal to 0. So product of two things 0 is means either first thing is 0 or second is 0. But we can see in the various options 0 is not included in any of the option. So we'll directly jump to the next part, that is sine of pi by x square is equal to 0. And now we know where is sine 0? Sine is 0 at n pi, right? It means pi or pi by x square should be equal to n into pi. And what is n here? N is any natural. Why we are just talking about natural numbers? Because we can see in the various options the positive solutions are there. Okay, x is positive everywhere in all the given intervals, so that's why we are only talking about natural numbers. Otherwise sin x is equal to 0 means x is equal to n pi, there n belongs to all the integers. But in this particular question we just need to talk about the positive numbers, that is natural numbers. So from here we can write x square is nothing but pi divided by n into pi and pi cancel. It means x is what? 1 by root of n. Obviously why we are not writing plus minus? The same conclusion. Why? Again we can specify here, because x is positive. X is positive according to the options which are given. Okay, according to the options. Now moving on to the options, we have to go by option. Okay, first option is f of x is equal to 0 has infinitely many solution in this interval. What is the interval? 1 by 10 raised to power 10 to infinity. It means in the first option, if we are talking about A option, x belongs to 1 upon 10 raised to power 10 comma infinity. So now let us try to understand what are the various n which are possible. First of all, whenever x is lying between 1 by 10 raised to power 10 to infinity, one thing we can understand here is what is the relation between 1 by root n, because x is 1 by root n is any natural number, right? For example, n can be 1, n can be 2. If just for the understanding purpose we are writing n is equal to 1, it means x will come out to be 1. And now one thing is very clear, the other number is 1 by 10 raised to power 10. Okay, clearly 1 is greater. Okay, clearly 1 is greater. Similarly, if we take n is equal to 2, what we'll have? 1 by root 2. Here we have 1 by 10 raised to power 10. Again, 1 by root 2 is greater. How I am checking this? This is the same as the something which we used to do in our junior classes. We used to cross multiply and we used to check 10 raised to power 10 root 2. Which is bigger? This is bigger. So same sign will be imposed here. So based on this understanding, we can write one thing, that is 1 by root n is always greater than or equal to 1 by 10 raised to power 10. It means if we cross multiply, why we are cross multiplying? Because it is given n is any natural number, moreover under root is there, always positive. we can multiply by a positive number on both sides of the inequality, right? So it means 10 raised to power 10 will be greater than or equal to root of n. Now squaring both sides, so n will be less than or equal to 10 raised to power 20. So n is less than these numbers. It means how many numbers? They are finite numbers only, because n is natural. So finite numbers of solution. And what is your first option saying? First option says f of x has infinitely many solution. It means first option is wrong. Similarly, now we'll move to the next option. F of x is equal to 0 in which interval? 1 by pi to infinity. Let's talk about this particular interval now. Whenever x is lying between 1 by pi to infinity, again now we have to develop the relationship between 1 by root n. So why? Because x is nothing but 1 by root n. On the same lines, 1 by root n is always greater than 1 by pi. Pi is greater than root n. So by cross multiplying, we can see pi is greater than root n. So again, squaring both sides, what do we get? N is less than pi square. N is less than pi square, right? So how many solutions are possible? We know that pi is around 3.14. Pi is around 3.14. So if we square, because here we have pi square, so if we just do the square of pi, what do we get? Approximately 9.8, right? So pi square is approximately 9.8. So how many values are satisfying for n? So n can take value 1, 2 up to so on to 9. So it means number of solutions in second part are 9. So number of solutions is 9. And what is the second option saying? Let's go back and check. It was saying that it has no solution, but we got solutions. We got 9 solutions. It means second option is also wrong. Now let's move to the third option. F of x is equal to 0 in the interval 0, 1 by 10 raised to power 10 is finite. So based on the same strategy, let us check now the third option. X lies between 0 to 1 by 10 raised to power 10. Students, we know that in the first two options, like in the first option, it was from 1 by 10 raised to power 10 to infinity. That's why this inequality was there. That is 1 by root n is greater than 1 by 10 raised to power 10. Okay, because anyhow, if it is greater than the smallest number which is present in the interval, so it is true for all the numbers. But now we have to consider the numbers in the third option between 0 to 1 by 10 raised to power 10. So it means less than 1 by 10 raised to power 10. Right? In that particular situation, we can see that what was your x? X was nothing but 1 by root n. Are between 0 to 1 by 10 raised to power 10. It's not greater, right? So now moving on. So now we cross multiply root n greater than 10 raised to power 10. It means n should be greater than 10 raised to power 20, which gives us infinitely many solutions. So which gives infinitely many solutions. But the third option says, just go back and check. Third option says the number of solutions are finite, but we got infinite solution. It means third option is also wrong. So anyhow, we have eliminated three options, so it means D option is correct. But let us verify. F of x has more than 25 solution in this interval. Let us verify this particular option also. So in the D option, it is given x belongs to 1 by pi square to 1 by pi. That is, x is lying between 1 by pi square to 1 by pi, and x is what? X is 1 by root n. So 1 by root n lies in this interval. And now cross multiply, just cross multiply, or just take the reciprocal, we can say. So if we take the reciprocal, signs will change, right? So this will lie in this given interval pi to pi square. Okay, if we square, it will lie between pi raised to power 4 to pi square, right? Anyhow, we have seen pi square value. Pi square was approximately 9.85. So if we do pi raised to power 4, that will be 97.1111 approximately. So it means n is lying between these numbers. Greater than 9.8 means the minimum value will be 10, then 11, then 12. It will go on and on up to 97. It means it has definitely more than 25 solutions. More than 25 solutions. So that means Fourth option is correct. And this is a question from JE Advanced 2024 based on a very simple technique. Number one, that is when sin x is 0, and number two, how to deal with the intervals whenever inequalities are given. So I hope you have understood this lecture. If any doubt is there, please feel free to ask it out in the comment section. For more such videos, do subscribe to our YouTube channel and do not forget to press the bell icon. Thank you so much. Thank you for watching.